what you should do with the Lime scooters is take those to go vote. That's what you should do. You should vote, because not enough people do that. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Inside the Lines. My guest this week is Baltimore hip-hop legend, Eze Jackson.
What's up?
Welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
bro.
of course.
This
Excited
is
to
cool.
have you on.
I love the setting.
Thanks, man. So yeah, we're at Patterson Park, right by the pagoda, just chilling. So we'll start with checking out these pages, and I'll let you tell me which one screams to you the most, as far as awesomeness.
These are all bugged out.
They're bugged out?
Yeah.
I mean...
Trippy. I wish I'd have did acid before this.
That would have been a lot.
It would have made, yeah. Oh, I like this one.
You like that one?
Yes.
We can do that one. So we were talking about it just a couple minutes ago, but recently you had a nice show over at Baltimore Soundstage.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about that? How was that, man?
That was dope. You know, Baltimore Soundstage is one of the larger venues, so it's tough to get, you know, a headliner spot there.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, I was honored, up for the challenge, and we had a real good show.
And then you just recently had an album drop this year too, correct?
Yep. My third solo album, Fool.
Okay.
We dropped that in July.
Nice. And how's that been? Like, how's the reception been? How's like the promotion of it going? Like, how are you feeling about that one?
The reception has been really good. I am on a learning curve right now in terms of promotion and, you know, putting like my ideas into action. Like, I really want to record a video for every song on the album, but videos cost money, so I'm running into a little bit of roadblock there. But yeah, it's been really well received. I'm proud of it.
So where does the music come from for you, man? Like, where does your song stuff come?
My balls. Nah.
Straight up out of the balls.
Out of the sack.
Got it.
Nah, man. Mostly real life, bro. And you know, me growing up in Baltimore and experiencing so many different things, I'm just always inspired by life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much material. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking about my Lyft driver on the way over here.
Yeah.
And I was literally sitting in the car, like I could literally write a whole song just about this lady. And I've only spent a few minutes with her, you know what I mean?
I love it.
So it's like, it comes from just existing, I think, you know, for me at least.
So being in Baltimore and everything like that, what do you think are like some great things about the music scene here, and what do you think are ways in which like the scene can improve and get better?
I think the greatest thing for me about the Baltimore music scene is the diversity. There's like no shortage of genres or types of artists that you can find here. Whatever you're looking for, you could more than likely find it.
Yeah.
So I think that's my favorite part, like just the diversity and like how you can find whatever you're looking for.
Yeah.
I think we need industry here. You know what I mean? Like, we need industry paying attention a little more. I think one of the things about Baltimore that hasn't happened yet is we haven't had a squad blow.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in cities, especially when you're talking about hip hop, but I think music in general. You know, like Seattle had their, you know, their thing blow up when Nirvana and all of them came through. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
the whole grunge explosion.
Right. Yeah, you know, Master P and Cash Money, you know, New Orleans got on after they broke. You know, Wu-Tang, Staten Island. You know, you look at Philly and the old soul movement that happened in Philly, and then the rebirth of the soul movement with neo soul in Philly, and then State Property, and you know what I mean. Atlanta with the Dungeon Family.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the list goes on, but it's usually these regional movements where a bunch of artists decide, okay, we're not gonna keep running to LA, sucking LA's dick.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not gonna keep running to New York, trying to eat New York's expensive ass. You know, we're just gonna do it right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, no shade to artists who out sucking dick in LA. You know what I mean? I don't knock what you do, but I think that what we have here is good enough that we don't have to do that. We can really build something here. I'm trying with my Epic Fam movement. You'll start hearing me like shout that out more and more artists kind of claiming Epic Fam and Top Uni. It's the only people you never invested in. And this is the first interview I'm mentioning that too. But
well, thank you.
But yeah, you know, we're trying to work the business side and get that together so that it's legit and, you know, we can really expose Baltimore for what it has.
Well, that's amazing that you're trying to push something like that, because I totally agree. I think what happens is the dream thought that I think a lot of people have as artists is like, I'm gonna get enough traction in my city, like a Baltimore type place, and then as soon as I can, I'm gonna LA or New York, you know?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm gonna run to and keep going.
But the reality is that never happens.
Yeah.
Like, they go to LA or they go to New York, and you gotta wait in line behind the people that have been already there establishing themselves and doing the damn thing.
Exactly.
So it's like you're starting all over again.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
What are some of the, like, you know, coming up and dealing with different areas of the city and stuff like that, what are some of the biggest obstacles like in your life that you've kind of had to face as an artist and even as an individual, like over the years, if you don't mind my asking?
Death. Death. People dying and shit is like, that's been the toughest thing for me.
Yeah.
I think finding the strength to keep going. You know. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man.
It's wild, man, you know, because after a while you start to build up a tolerance for it that you don't really expect, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I get emotional, I get choked up still, but man, it used to be when people died, I'd just bawl, you know what I mean? I just like constant tears, and that's starting to happen less and less, and that sometimes concerns me. I feel like, because you never really expect to become desensitized to something like that, you know.
Of course.
And growing up here or living here, it kind of comes with the territory sometimes, because you literally wake up after a while like not surprised or just expecting or hoping that everybody has been okay over the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And every day that happens is a blessing, you know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. Everybody's still here. Let's see what we can get done, you know what I mean? Or let's make the most of it. I think the other thing, the challenge for me has been being a parent. You know, and that balance is wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult, you know, because you're trying to have your life, but there's also another life that you have to be concerned about and make sure things are going okay with and everything like that.
And I've recently had to learn that, like, yo, you make mistakes along the way. And some mistakes are, you know, minor. Some mistakes are major, you know, but you don't really get a handbook on how to be a parent.
Exactly.
Before it happens, you know, so. And then this being something that I am, not just something I do, you know what I mean? It's not like, you know, it's not like, yeah, I don't know too many things that I'd be happy doing, so.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, if you're gonna, it's just a constant balance.
Of course.
Trying to find that balance, rather.
Well, and it's super commendable that, you know, you're doing that part, you know, because you think about how many people just don't, you know?
Man, I've seen so many great artists give up their art because they had children. And I never understood that, because for me, I always felt like, how can I look my daughters in the face and say, you can be whatever you want to be in life, when as soon as they got here, I gave up on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like, I'm totally lying.
That's a beautiful thought.
You can be whatever you want to be in life, unless you fuck around and have kids like I did. Then you know, then you gotta work a shitty job like I do. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not trying to teach them that.
Exactly. Is it like, for you, is it difficult, like, being in the social media space, or is it like something that you just kind of find is like, okay, you know, I got a little bit of time, let me throw up a post or something like that?
I have to take breaks for my mental health.
Yeah.
And I've talked about this a lot publicly, but like, you know, I deal with depression and anxiety, and I can tell when I gotta take a break from social media. Like, so now, like a few months ago, I went on a phone fast.
Yeah.
And talking about acid earlier, I went on an acid trip. It was
Okay.
only my second time. It was only my second time tripping, and it just occurred to me, like, on the trip, like, it was like, oh, yo, like, we're like losing ourselves in these phones. So I took 2 months and I lived with no phone.
Wow. That's
I do not
commendable. That's commendable.
Yeah, I don't recommend it to anybody who who does not have survival instincts. Because, like, I remember my first brick wall I ran into was, I was going to try to order a Lyft from my laptop. And then they were like, we just texted confirmation code to your phone.
Oh, God.
And I was like, fuck you.
No, just emails.
Yeah. It's like, no. Like, so I could, you know, and it's little stupid stuff that, like, we don't actually need, but it's, like, convenient, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, for sure.
Okay, well, I can't get a Lyft. I figure out the bus routes, or, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. You know, I know people were frustrated with me because they couldn't get in touch with me. But then I realized it was mostly like people who needed me for something.
Yeah.
It wasn't people that I needed, you know?
Yeah, they weren't just like saying, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah,
like, how you doing?
No,
yeah.
It wasn't, nobody was checking on me.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, I need you for this, or can you come do this, or can you, you know, and it was like, so they were frustrated and, you know, very vocal about their frustration with me, that they couldn't get in touch with me. But mentally, it was major, man. I found myself meditating more.
Nice.
I found that I'm very comfortable with silence.
Yeah.
And stillness.
Nice.
And have really, like, come to enjoy my own company.
Yeah.
You know, and I was less anxious, less depressed, and I put the fucking album out. Like, I've been nitpicking that album, man, forever. And then I finally just focused and locked in, and without too many distractions, you know, finished my album and put it out.
Nice. Before I forget, what are some ways people can find you on the socials, on the social media space?
I'm Eze Jackson. It's spelled E-Z-E. Jackson, and you can Google that and find whatever platform you use. But Twitter and Instagram is EZEWRITER, Easy Writer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you got stuff on Spotify and all that good stuff.
All the streaming sites. all streaming sites: Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Bandcamp. You can buy the album on Bandcamp.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
But with that, is there any like kind of final thoughts you want to share, or anything you want to talk about before we kind of wrap up today?
Do not ride the Lime scooters under the influence of alcohol.
That's a good
It's a
one.
very important message I'm sending out to the kids. Take a lift home, walk, get a ride. Don't drive, don't ride the fucking scooter under the influence of alcohol. It hurts really bad when you fall.
Yeah.
And you
I
don't
could see that.
feel it until you're not drunk anymore.
And then I'm sure it hits really hard, like that pain.
It hurts real bad. And this is the #1 issue that's not being addressed in America. There's drunk people on scooters.
Yeah.
And I'm very concerned about it. I think I'm going to take this up,
Are
over
we
the
gonna
next
go
year.
to like city council
I'm
about
trying to get them to talk about it in the presidential race.
Okay.
Because these scooters are not regional; they're everywhere.
I was gonna say they're all over the place.
Everybody's got the scooters now,
Yeah,
and everybody has access to alcohol.
that's true.
So you gotta. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. Well, let's do that. Let's push for that to be in some future presidential debates and everything. Because yeah, I mean that's not fair. It's not fair to the Lime scooter companies.
Right.
It's not fair to.
You're damaging Lime scooters.
Exactly.
People can't use them after you because you messed it up.
Yep.
You're hurting your own body.
Yep.
When you could just, be responsible and get a ride home.
Exactly. But on a different topic, what you should do with the Lime scooters is take those to go vote. That's what you should do. You should vote, because not enough people do that. And then maybe we could make some just reform across the board.
Right.
We all took those Lime scooters and voted.
Get a squad together.
Yeah, just make it a day.
Activity. We're going to vote.
Hell yeah, man. Why not?
I like that idea.
Let's do that.
We
Let's
should
do
do
that
it.
too.
We should just do it.
Okay.
We should do that.
We should start just. You know how they put like the flyers on like the car hoods? Do them on like the scooters, and that way people know it's like I can get my squad together and we can go vote.
Go vote.
Fuck, man.
I love that.
Let's go talk to the Lime scooter people. Let's make it happen. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Easy. Thanks for being on the show.
Yo, thanks for
Appreciate
having
it,
me,
man. It's
Super
been
cool.
fun.
Yeah, man.